Hi everyone, it's Taryn. Welcome back to my channel. I am going to show you today my homeschool teacher binder. I think it's this time of year or something, but I'm having a blast going through all the videos with people's homeschool rooms and their planners and their curriculum plans and everything. So I thought I would give you a peek. For those of you who don't know, I'm a homeschooling mom to 6. I'll have 4 school-age students this year: 8th grade, 6th grade, 3rd grade, 1st grade. And then I will have a preschooler and a toddler. And as you can see from my belly, I have one on the way. So excuse me being out of breath a bit. All right, so I'll show you what's in my binder. Keep in mind, we don't start school for like another week and a half, so it's empty, although everything is in here for the most part, but I plan on actually filling everything in next week. All right, so I just have a little envelope in here with some basic supplies that I might need. And first section, I made most of these. If I didn't, I will link where you can find the printables in the description box below. This is just an inside title cover. Favorite quotes down here. And then I have my yearly goals for homeschool, spiritual, health, and family. Again, I will be filling all this out next week. These 2 pages here I did find from Tina's Dynamic Homeschool Plus, I believe it's called. This is just a 5-year holiday list for reference throughout the year. And then this is one of my favorites that she has, Homeschool Planning Schedule. This is where I plan out my entire year. You can highlight, you can circle, you can mark your your semesters, your quarters, things like that. I go through and I cross off the days that we will be not schooling. I plan which, our terms and things like that. So, and then she has a little key at the bottom, if you can see that. And like I said, I will link all of this below for you. So we'll definitely be filling that out. And then these next 3 pages, again, like I said, they're blank. But if you can see, so these numbers down here are for weeks of school, 12 weeks, and I have 3 pages of these. It's kind of just like my yearly overview. I go through and I can, put what I hope to do in math and science and history, language arts, things like that. So it's just a very, very basic overview of what I hope to accomplish throughout the year. I don't always stick to that, but I like having a yearly overview all the same. Next, it's kind of similar, I guess you could say. Again, it's long range planning. I have each month of the year. This way I can put some curriculum in here. I can put some goals in here. Different things that the family has going on that I want to remember. So again, just kind of like a year at a glance, really quick. Okay, these next 2 pages are very similar. I have one for curriculum planning, where in this column, I put what I'm hoping to buy or hoping to use, whether I'm borrowing it, buying it, the cost I anticipate, and then once I do receive it, either from a friend or online or something. Then once I have everything, I go through and I put each one of my kids' names here, and I just list everything that we are using for the year for their curriculum. Next, I have our family schedule. I have one of these in the kitchen, and then I keep one in my planner. Again, just as a reference, nothing is set in stone, as you all know, with, kids and homeschooling, and things get crazy, but I do like having kind of a week at a glance, and I have one in the kitchen. That way, my kids, my husband, they kind of have a general idea of what's going on each day of the week. I can mark out the hours we're doing school, if we have different activities, if we have, church events at night or something like that. We at least have the weekly schedule. And then similar to that, I have a sort of a weekly checklist for each one of my kids. I just blocked out their names. This is my 1st graders. And usually I laminate one for each child, and then they can go through as they complete their assignments each day. They just go through and use a dry erase marker. So that is my first grader. This is my third grader's schedule. And then this is my sixth grader. Obviously, she has more throughout the afternoon when the other kids will be pretty much finished. Then the next section is the general lesson plans. So obviously I have each day of the week and then our subjects down the side, and I color code my kids. I just use 4 different color pens so that I can put each one 4 kids per box. And then on this side, I have prep for next week, any materials I might need, anything I might need to read, any handouts I might need to pull out and put in their folders, things like that. And then just a section for notes. So that is this whole section. I attempt to plan about, 6 weeks or so at a time. So I don't have the entire year printed out there. This next section is just a couple things. I have book lists for each of the kids here. Very basic, title and author, and then when they complete it. Then we have a page for field trip planning each month of the year, and then each week of the month I just write either what we anticipate doing, or sometimes it just ends up being after the fact. I just write what we actually did, just again for a reference. Then I have an attendance record. This is from Tina's Dynamic Homeschool, and she leaves enough room for 4 students, which I really appreciate. Next year we'll have to see when I have 2 years till I really have to report my preschooler. So we'll see. Then this next one is grades. Now I don't really keep track of grades, but given that my 2 oldest are 6th and 8th grade, I did print this out and we'll see if I use it or not. I do keep track of things like spelling test, math test. So we'll see. I don't know if I'll use this, but I did like having it just in case, and then there's enough room for 3 students. And then I just have a bunch of note pages for the rest of this. Then we have a next section. Okay, this next section is my morning time section, and I will probably do a separate video on all of our morning time stuff. But for now, I keep all our hymns in here. We do morning time together. So I have our hymns, and then I have any Bible verses that we are working on memorizing as a family. And I have some English mottos and Latin mottos. And then I guess I didn't print out the rest. But in here, usually I have some Shakespeare passages that we're memorizing, some poems that we're memorizing, and like historical dates. And then I have some geography landforms and stuff. So that will go in here too. Then I just have a folder. And then this is kind of random, but I had made this checklist for something else, so I don't know, I just stuck it in here in case I decide to use it. And then I have a bunch of these clear pocket dividers, which I love. And then, like I have said in a previous video, my son this year is using Sunlight for his 8th grade. It's a complete curriculum. You can go see my other video to get some more details on what's included. But I am keeping his book list. They give us a complete book list, Bible history, and then I have a literature book list on this page. I'm keeping these book lists in my planner just to have as a quick reference throughout the year. And as you might see in my other video, the teacher lesson planner, the teacher guide, it's huge. It's really, really big. It has every day, every week, for the whole year, every subject. So it's huge. So what I'm going to do is take out probably a week at a time, I'm guessing, and that's what I did here. And I'm going to just put it in my regular planner. That way I have all of his lesson plans, and then I have all the girls' lesson plans all in one binder, and I can take it with me. I can have it in the schoolroom. I could have it in the kitchen. I can basically have it wherever, but it's much easier just carrying a week at a time for each kid. But just so you know, you can see that Bible history, geography, and biography, as it goes by week 1, day 1, 2, 3, 4, everything is laid out for me. Questions, everything. what we need to read, what we need to do. So they make it super, super easy, and I'm so appreciative of this. And just, this is our first year using Sunlight. We're super, super excited. And then we have literature, language arts over here. And again, it goes with the same thing. Everything is laid out. So I have his first week in here. And then, like I said, I just have some extra folders in here. And these are actually their year-end certificates that are in here. And normally, I don't know why I don't have it in here, but I also keep things like our letter of intent and our year-end report and stuff like that, just so I have it for reference. So that's pretty much it for my homeschool binder. If you liked this video, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.